The conversation's on site. SK Vibemaker DJ Illness. We're here, man. We're doing it virtually. I don't want none of you lot to be upset, man. So the last week we have seen the Kendrick Lamar show happen, the Juneteenth show. It happened like with 2 weeks announcement, and we seen it, man. It even streamed live. I just feel like before we even get into the conversation about Kendrick's Juneteenth show, I want everybody to actually acknowledge what Juneteenth is, and Juneteenth is. It's a holiday in the United States, which is celebrated annually, I think on June the 19th, like we're not living in the States, June the 19th. And it's there to commemorate the ending of slavery in America. So that's what like Kendrick Lamar accompanied his show with. And I feel like that was a great, it was a great sentiment, shall we say. But yeah, man, we've seen the show, we've seen the footage. You watched it as well. Like, take it away, man. What did you feel like about it? I wanna tell the full picture. I didn't watch the whole show because I didn't know that it was streaming live. Had I have known the show was streaming live, I definitely would have. I mean, come on, man. I told you, I'm a resident in the Stan Club. So if I'd have known it was streaming live, I'd have watched the whole show. 3 hour show. 3 hour show. There's a lot of guests before Kendrick came on the stage. Kendrick was on the stage for 90 minutes. Before he came on, there was Ty Dolla $ign, Dom Kennedy, Steve Lacy, Tyler the Creator, Roddy Ricch, YG, Schoolboy Q, J Rock, Absol, Dr. Dre. Lord of mercy. I know that a lot of people took away the highlights of the fact that Not Like Us was performed like 5 times, but like there was more to the show than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I watched Kendrick's set, the whole set. I didn't skip a beat. Watch the whole. What are you asking me? What are you asking me?
I just want your initial takes and thoughts on it, man. Let's talk about it, bro.
My takes on the whole thing is that Kendrick he's becoming bigger than just a hip hop artist. I think that what he's evidently stood for in his whole career, he's really placed himself heavily in integrity. The fact that he has this amazing ability is like a bonus to the integrity that he like builds or bases himself in. And I think that, it could be seen as a cheat code, trying to put a show on Juneteenth, but Juneteenth's a holiday. It's no different to having a show on a bank holiday Sunday or bank holiday Monday. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Out here in the UK, because they don't have bank holidays out there in America. When we say bank holiday, they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so public holidays. But they have like Memorial Weekend. Yeah, they have all
Labor
of these
Day,
things
all of that
they
stuff.
Have. Labor Day. So this is just another holiday. But I think the significance of Kendrick doing this show on this day had nothing to do with music. It was bigger. It was so much more than music what he did. And I didn't get to see DJ Head's set, but I understand that, they had gang members or gang affiliated artists that wouldn't even be seen on the same street as other gang affiliated members and artists.
Kendrick alluded to that a few times. Definitely.
No, there's been a few things that I've seen, but they had them rehearsing for over a week together, seeing each other, connecting with each other. There's even been talks, and we've been hearing, because I heard what DJ Head had to say on the Breakfast Club. They're even talking about collaborating with each other. And it's like, yo, like, Not Like Us being performed 5 times is amazing. I'd like to talk about that. It's amazing. But yo, like, are we actually looking at what this man is actually doing? Drake had a line where he said, and it was one of the worst lines that I think Drake said in the whole beef, is like, he's rapping like he's trying to free the slaves. Yeah. And this Juneteenth show showed you that Kendrick is not just here talking the talk. He's walking the walk. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like I don't have like a insider knowledge, but I feel like this move has come off of the back of things that Nipsey Hussle has been building for a long time. Like culturally, like for like black people, like, and the struggles and the stuff that they go through in the ghettos of LA. This was huge. And it was like, after I calmed down from the hype and the gas of seeing Dr. Dre announce I see dead people and intro the song. Even just seeing Dre on stage with Kendrick made me feel some type of way.
And Kendrick filling in Snoop's lines as well, them going back to back. Mate.
Come on,
that was mad. That was mad. That was a moment. It was like, sometimes we even forget the affiliation between Kendrick and Dre, you know. We don't see them together enough. We do. And that was a great moment.
I think that's a credit to Kendrick because, you know, like Lloyd Banks will forever be Lloyd Banks, but Lloyd Banks will always be G-Unit 50. Do you get what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar. Yes, Dr. Dre stepped in for Good Kid, Mad City, etc., but Kendrick Lamar has not been held under Dre. He's stepped up and he's become his own person.
Now, put some respect on Dre. Don't say he stepped in for Good Kid, Mad City. Like, Kendrick, he was signed to Aftermath as well, isn't he? He's part of Aftermath and he was TDE as well. I feel like that Aftermath, like legalities has like expired, like that contract's finished, but he's Aftermath for life still.
When I say what I'm saying that Section 80 and the project before it, what's the name of the one before? I know you know. Anyway, the two projects Kendrick did before Kendrick did off his own back, then Dr. Dre came in at Good Kid, Mad City. That's all I'm saying. I don't need to put any more respect on Dr. Dre. As far as I'm concerned, like, I will never say anything. I mean, not even I will never say. Nothing can be done to remove the legend and the legacy that is Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre will forever be held in a high regard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Overly Dedicated is the project. If you've never listened to that, you like Kendrick Lamar, if you've never listened to Overly Dedicated, which came before Section 80, just go back and listen to that, please. You're missing out big time.
Either either way, the point what I'm making is the point what I'm making. This whole show was huge, man. It was huge. And it was like, after like, you know, like, for example, you enjoy the moment and then after the moment, you like say to yourself, okay, so what does this actually mean? Like, for example, you see $5,000 in your bank account and you're like, yeah, I got $5,000 in my bank account. But then you're like, no, hold on, wait. What does this actually mean? Well, 40% of that's going to the tax man, so I don't have fun. You know, like one of them ones, like when you actually break down what you've actually just enjoyed. And I was like, this is massive. And then after thinking this is massive, I got a little bit like fearful, bro. I'm not going to lie. Because the last person to do something even remotely in this direction was Nipsey Hussle, bro. And look what happened to Nipsey Hussle, bro. Like, I don't want to, but I have to mention it, bro. And it's like, I don't know if this is like a trauma response or something, but I do get the feeling that every time somebody unites black people in a powerful place, something bad happens. Wow. So now I'm thinking to myself, no, bro. The history.
So we're kind of noting that like it's dangerous with Kendrick Lamar's success and the way that he's unifying people. Like it provides a big danger to his existence. As a human. That's mad to think.
I don't know that, but I thought that. Like, in doing such, because bro, this move, like, I don't think you understand. This move is huge. Like, this is massive, bro. This could be the beginning of something great in that region. Like, it really is. And in doing that, Kendrick, as I said, he becomes bigger than music. Now, we'd all be foolish to think that Kendrick is the one person, the one man that did this. This is definitely a team effort. Conversations have had to be had on many levels. Like, but he's the face.
Yeah, and put some respect on PG Lang. Obviously, he's moved away from like TDE. He's got his own establishment and platform now, PG Lang, and he's doing a lot of creative things. Aside from the things that you've mentioned, I want to say, like, one of my gripes with Kendrick Lamar early in his career, this is me personally, this is my opinion. When I used to see him performing live, I didn't think he was the strongest. Something you can take from that Juneteenth show, June 19th at the Kia Arena in Inglewood, California, somewhere that I was at in November watching Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. It's a great arena. It's right next to another arena as well. Inglewood. It's a mad place, yeah. One thing I could take away from watching this Juneteenth show with Kendrick Lamar, his performance ability is, oh my God, the levels. I feel like he's even better than when we watched him at the end of 2022 in London at the O2 Arena. Like, he performed all of those diss songs, I think, like, except one of them. He started with Euphoria. The way that he executed, like, these are complex deliveries as well. Like, the flows and that are mad. He executed those deliveries. A1. His enunciation, like, the way that he, his pronunciation, you can hear everything everything, man. His diction is so on point. Like his diction is so on point. Like the flows, pronunciation, everything. His performance levels, man. And he does this one little skank. I can't even do it, but I love the skank. Yeah, the skank. And the thing is as well, like we saw him performing Not Like Us. Was it 4 or 5 times? And he paused like, I think the first 3 performances of the song, he paused on A minor, and he's doing like this. He's doing like this swimming movement.
So that swimming movement, yeah, that swimming movement. I don't know if I agree, but that swimming movement is apparently an ode to Drake's Hotline Bling.
Yeah. I saw the memes,
mocking.
Yeah.
He's mocking. But I mean,
the attention to detail is crazy. And even us seeing like Dre on the stage and intro in the song, I see dead people, and then he left the stage swiftly, and it was just on. It was on, man. The whole performance started with people saying that you could hear the crowd really wanting Kendrick to enter the stage before he's performed anything. In between, like all of the support artists and Kendrick coming on stage, you could just hear the crowd saying, "OV ho, OV ho." That's what they were screaming. You know, it's mad.
They were there for it.
It's mad.
I mean, I want to say that. The first Kendrick show that I went to was the Damn Tour, and I felt like his performance at the Damn Tour was A1. I felt like his performance at the Coachella prior to me seeing him at the Damn Tour again was A1. I felt like the way he performed at Dre's Super Bowl performance was A1. I don't think this is new. I think Kendrick has been one of the, if not the performer, the rapper, the best rapper performance I've seen. Like I stated on a previous podcast that I felt like his Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers show that we went to go and see was better than Watch the Throne.
The first time I see Kendrick performing was like 2011 in Camden. There's a little venue by the train station, and he was performing Section 80, man. Shouts to Motive. I remember I went with him to that show. And you know what? Memory serves me correct. The performance was actually good. It was better than what I saw him performing in later years. And then I saw him perform at One Extra Live. And I don't know if I'm missing another time that I see him perform. But then obviously we both saw him at like the Big Steppers tour, end of 2022. But every time I've seen him perform, like that performance, the end of 2022, the Big Steppers tour, man, that was a spectacle. And you don't always get that when you see an artist perform, especially some rappers. Sometimes it might just be some women dancing on the stage, or it might just be very basic, or it might be just like a freaking hype man. But yeah, man, Kendrick Lamar live performances, second to none as a spectacle, man.
Do you know what I learned? Yeah, do you know what I learned? Like something that I learned watching that show. So if you've seen the show, then you know what I'm going to talk about. But at the end of the final performance of Not Like Us, the stage just got absolutely mobbed. There were gang members, there were celebrities, there were basketballers. It was a party on the stage, and there's a very
AKA maybe pick a side thing as well.
Okay, let's get to that. And I found that really interesting because LeBron James showed up to the show, but he didn't go on the stage. And I'm like, bro, you're in the building. It's too late. Get on there and have some fun. But at the same time, I was like, maybe don't get on that stage, because there are some very, very serious gang members on that stage that I don't know it's wise for you to be seen pictured next to, because you never know, they could be on the front of the news tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real stuff. Like LeBron James,
real ish.
LeBron James is like he needs to protect his celebrity
brand.
Yeah,
protect his
or
brand.
does he? Or does he though? I don't know.
The NBA can be funny about these things.
Well, Russell
can be funny about these things.
As I was saying, there's something I learned about myself. And Russell Westbrook, a famous basketballer, he's famous in England, not for his basketball. He's famous for one of his interviews when he turned around and said, "What?" Yeah, you've all definitely seen that clip. He was on there holding a man's hand, blood walking. He was completely outside. And what I learned about myself is that if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick a side, I think I'd have been a Crip, because this holding a... No, but I'll tell you why I think that. If I had to pick a side, the reason why I think I'm not on this holding hands and dancing thing, that's a little bit mad for me. Like, I've never, like, all of my years watching Passa Passa, Weddy Wednesday and all them kind of something there where you see the man them dancing. I don't see no two man holding hand in any which dance.
Well, someone might say if you are comfortable in your sexuality, you just be like, I could do whatever I want.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable not holding a man's hand and dancing on stage. That's what I'm comfortable doing. Done.
I don't know if there was any significance in the fact that Kendrick Lamar definitely picked red. Like he's wearing the whole red thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you not know the significance of Kendrick Lamar's outfit? He was dressed in the same outfit that Tupac had on, and I'm not sure what it's from, but that was a Tupac outfit from head to toe. Yeah, he had Nike Air. Listen, he had Nike Air Shocks on, bro. First things first. Where can you buy Nike Air Shocks in 2024? I just don't know, unless it's a StockX thing, and I'm not on all of that. He had, obviously, Nike Air Shocks are...
Nike patented him, man. Nike could have gone to patent him like that, man. They might make a 101 for him, you know what I'm saying?
But the significance of Nike Air Shocks is obviously Nike Air Shocks are heavily tied into LA gang culture. So Tupac is there in Nike Air Shocks, which is heavily in, back in the day, you would buy a red pair or if you was a blood or whatever, a pyro, you'd buy a blue pair. If you was whatever, you'd buy the pair, the color to match your set, basically. He was in there in Nike Air Shocks. He had the Tupac hoodie on. He had that big cross on. Kendrick Lamar, is rooted in integrity. He's rooted in culture. And that Juneteenth performance, that whole show is
exemplified
cemented. That. Oh my word. It is cemented.
You know a lot about this gang-ish though. So like we've spoken about that though, you know what I mean? You know, maybe Illness has some LA gang connections that maybe you want to talk about on another podcast. It's all right. How much do we feel like Kendrick Lamar has benefited off this beef with Drake? How much do we feel like he's benefited? Because I feel like if they weren't beefing this year, Kendrick's 2024 would have been significantly different.
Okay. I'm going to answer your question with a question. Does Stillmatic hit the same without Ether? For those of you that, if that went over your head, Stillmatic is the album. Ether is the diss track from Nas to Jay-Z. Does it hit the same? What I want to say about that album is for a lot of people that were following or know Nas's discography, that was a return to form for him. Got Yourself a Gun, You the Man. That was Big a good record. Album. What's the backwards song called again?
Second Childhood, Rewind. You know what I'm saying? Is the song where he's telling the story backwards. So yes, the beef with Ether definitely propelled the album, but the album definitely was a strong album as well, man. Second Childhood, Rewind, Got Yourself a Gun, You the Man. You know what I'm saying?
So let's not on there, man. I don't want to lose the track of the actual question that you asked me. This beef has definitely helped Kendrick Lamar. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's rhetorical. It's helped him. But for me, it's what he's doing. Because he's not done. It's what he is doing with this moment. Like, as I said to you before, this Juneteenth show left hip-hop. It's bigger than hip-hop. It's bigger than hip-hop. Like, the amount of work that has been put in behind the scenes over years. Obviously, I've touched on Nipsey Hussle's role in what he tried to do in unifying people.
Stemmed in the community
He's not taken this beef and ran to the bank with it. He's actually doing something. So I think
this is maybe what separates. This is what separates a lot of artists and rappers specifically of their time. I feel like Kendrick is going to be a rapper that when his time passes, like, you know, maybe 20 years. Fast forward 20 years time, hopefully he's still performing those times, but he's not going to be in his peak. That we look back at this time and before, and people really understand what he was doing and the doors he was breaking, the doors he was kicking down. Because, you know, Kendrick is a popular artist, but he's definitely not a pop artist, and I think that's quite important to state. You know what I'm saying?
As I said, rooted in culture and integrity, man. Like, I just have to commend him. I have to commend his team, and I just love what I'm seeing. I really love what I'm seeing.
You know, before Illness, what was funny is that we mentioned that the comment when we was talking about Eminem and Houdini and us debating about the numbers and like you know, his impact and like his fan base and all that kind of stuff. And there was the person who made the comment saying that I'm 35 and I listen to this song a lot with my 13-year-old. And then you definitely retorted and said like, you know, you listen to certain songs and certain albums and certain artists with your daughter. And when I rewind, my daughter is a Kendrick Lamar fan. And I've often questioned, why is she? Because she very much likes Future. She very much loves 21 Savage, and she very much loves DBE, who are very contrasting artists to like to Kendrick Lamar. Do you know what I'm saying? She doesn't really like the lyrical and the deep artists. But when I rewind to 10 years ago, when she was a little kid in the back of the car, we have a video of her rapping King Kunta. And it's a classic video in my family of her being like literally a little nipper.
I'm here for it.
Hardly being able to speak, but she's rapping King Kunta, the verse.
I'm here for it.
There's a significance in the music that you bring your children up on and how it lets them think and how it's maybe shapes their taste in music going forward. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's definitely, and I like, okay, so a separate debate, like, and I don't want to spend too long, but a separate debate is, you know, what music you should expose your children to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you play swearing in the car and all of those? As a parent, you have all of these battles with yourself, etc., etc. But a lot of
parents don't care about the swearing, you know.
And a lot of parents do.
Because they be swearing in real life in their house with the B's and the C's and the C's and the F's and the MFs. So when it comes to the music, they don't care. And they wonder why your kid turns into a wronger. I say this is something that I've definitely been quite... You got me on my high horse here.
Yeah, you're getting in.
Like I've definitely been mindful of my two daughters, the music I exposed them to. I like to listen to a lot of like new music, a lot of ratchet music as well. I don't play, I never played ratchet music around my children when I was younger. I always played clean edits because I was privy to that as a DJ. But regardless of it being clean edits, the kids ain't dumb. They can fill in them words, you know what I'm saying? So there's that part as well. But I also made a conscious decision to balance out the music that we play. So as much as I'm listening to like the rap that I'm listening to, whether it's your Coles, your Kendricks, your Futures, your 21 Savage or whatever at the time, now and before, you know, your up-to-date stuff, maybe doesn't have the best like sentiment and message in it. I made sure that I played reggae music and soul music. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that I balanced it out. That was very important. That was important for me. That was a conscious decision. So the music that you play around your kids and how it shapes them. Listen, did you make much of a conscious effort for that? And do you think parents should do that?
Absolutely. I think. I mean, listen. As a DJ, maybe my view is different, but I think that sharing musical moments with family general is an absolute must in every household. I don't care if your family want to listen to Bruce Springsteen. I don't care if your family want to listen to Bob Marley. I don't care if your family want to listen to Kendrick Lamar. Whoever it is, those moments are key. And it's like sometimes I'll be driving with my daughter in a car and a song from the 80s will come on and she knows the words. And internally, I'm like, I've done well. You know what I'm saying? Culture.
Do you take ownership? Like, you know that was me. Just say, that was me, yeah?
Because ultimately, music or the majority of music, especially older music, is rooted in culture. So the messaging, the terminology, what you're actually exposing your children to, it is a teaching. It is a form of teaching.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it's as deep as this. Like me as like having Caribbean heritage and obviously my dad being Jamaican, I thought it's very important for like, let's keep it on the music. Like the culture's always been very important. Them knowing the food, them knowing about the country, them knowing the culture. But when it comes to this music thing, as me being stemmed in this music thing, my daughter needs to know about Wayne Wonder, Sanchez and like all of them reggae artists, Bob Marley, Garnet Silk, Dennis Brown. She needs to know.
You made it your business.
Need to know. Yeah, they need to know that stuff. They need to know reggae music. That was important for me. That's important.
I think it's important generally. Again, harking back to that guy, whoever that guy is with his 15-year-old son listening to Eminem. Big 13-year-old son listening to Eminem. Big you up though, because you're doing the right thing. I personally might just prefer a different song choice, but big up you though, fam. The conversation is on effing site.
So before we pivoted to like, you know, our role as a parent and what we should share the music with our children, you know what I mean, the kind of music and maybe the impact it has on them. We was talking before that about how the beef Kendrick Lamar and Drake has benefited Kendrick, and maybe we should talk about how it's benefited Drake. Like, do you feel like it's really, really benefited Kendrick like that?
Okay, so the reason why it benefits
But some people might say he's milking it as well.
Stop. No, he's not milking it. He's not milking it. That Juneteenth show was not the homecoming that the OVO Fest was a homecoming for Drake after he destroyed Meek Mill. That Juneteenth show was a moment for LA. It wasn't about the beef. The beef was just, the moment
Many
of the song.
people would argue otherwise, man.
I'm telling you,
4 of those diss songs.
I'm telling you now that you're not coming away from that show, if you are from LA, you are not coming away from that show if you are from it. Thinking
a
about
lot of people might not have been from LA and he performed that Euphoria. There's 616 in LA, bro, and he performed not like us. It was very much. He started the show with Euphoria. He started the show with the Drake this Euphoria. He started word for word the crowd. One time when he performed Not Like Us, if you remember, I think it was the second or the third time he performed it. He didn't even say the words. He just let the people then rap it.
Yeah.
It's the beef is a part of it though. Yeah. The beef is a part of it, man.
Bro, I'm telling you now.
It's not saying it's all about that.
I'm telling you now. What I'm saying is this. Let's put things into context. The beef is the beef. Kendrick won the beef. He won the beef. Let's accept that this is the first time he's performed these records. Of course,
how much has Kendrick benefited? How much has he benefited from the beef, and how different would his year be without the beef?
What I'm trying to say is I don't want this show, to be connected as a beneficiary of the beef. Kendrick's, what he's done with this show is bigger than music. I just want to put that out there. If you disagree with me, that's fine. That's what I think. Kendrick has benefited from this beef. Hip hop. Not Kendrick. Hip hop has benefited from this beef. Hip hop, because rappers are rapping again. What you have to understand is that Integrity has won a battle that Integrity has been fighting for years. If you look at Kendrick Lamar, he is Integrity, bro. Like all of this turn up, I'm a rap about drugs, I'm a rap about, I don't know, money, I'm a rap about this. That's not who won the beef, because that's Drake. That didn't win here. So if we're talking about winners, hip hop won. Some people are saying, nobody wins when the family feuds. Beef is not good for hip hop. Yeah, you lot keep that opinion for yourselves over there. Some of it I can understand, but I don't agree. Hip hop has been fighting a battle. People are saying, hip hop's not good. It's the same old nonsense. Well, I tell you what, it done flipped up now. It's all flipped up now. Do you get what I'm saying? How different
would Kendrick's year be without this beef, though? Like, because Kendrick's quite a low-key character.
Considerably different. It will be considerably different. He wouldn't have a number one record. He wouldn't have a number one record without this beef. That's it. But what does a number one record mean to Kendrick Lamar is the question that you need to ask yourself. Because Kendrick Lamar is the same guy on his first album that told you, to me, a Benz is just a car. He don't care, bro.
Shall I tell you? I don't think we needed the Juneteenth show for this. The video is about to drop for Not Like Us. By the time you watching or listening to this, you might have seen the video. But I tell you what, man, the brilliance of Not Like Us as well, especially when you see it performed live. There are so many sing-alongs in that song. There are so much sing-alongs. People are passionate about the words in that song.
He wrote a hit, bro.
He wrote a damn hit. And you know what the thing is as well? I'm going to say this as well. The beat is the beat and the beat is good, but the beat is basic. And I don't feel like the beat is as good as actually like the content of the bars. But maybe there's beauty and simplicity as well. And I feel like the beat...
are the opinions of Mr. SK Vibemaker, and they are not co-signed by DJ Illness. Get your shit off, bro.
Aside from that, I want to move on to say, we kind of touched on it in a prior podcast, People very much like this song because it's the beef. People love beef. And I would go so far as to say that people have liked beef since the beginning of time. If you remember when you was in the schoolyard, your mum jokes were like some of the best things, But like, why do people love rap beef so much? And are people really loving Not Like Us so much because it's contributing to the downfall of Drake, and Drake has been on top so long? Like, what's your prognosis on it?
Look, you're opening up Pandora's box. I'm sweating. It's a hot summer's day. Let me just get down to it. Your mum joke is not a rap beef, but people love your mum jokes. People love confrontation. It is just part of the human DNA. Asked, answered. We love it. We get drawn into it. There's a fight across the street. As long as you don't feel scared or a human being doesn't feel threatened, they're going to go and watch.
Speak for yourself, because I mind my own business and keep it stepping unless it's someone I know.
I said people. I said people. If something's going on...
People like us or like other people, do you think?
Just people. Generally, I'm being general. People are going to investigate.
People like the mix-up.
If something's going on...
Why?
Because it's just human nature. Like, I'm not here to debate human nature. I'm here to tell you that, you know, these things are entertaining. And as long as nobody gets hurt, they will continue to be the most entertaining part.
Are people enjoying this beef maybe more because it's Drake then? The guy that's been like maybe on top and he's had his run long enough. Is it like...
Well, the thing is this. Everybody loves David versus Goliath. But this wasn't David versus Goliath. This was a Clash of the Titans. Because if you think that Drake is bigger when it comes to the actual music than Kendrick, then you've been lost in that same matrix that I was telling you about.
Many people might say it was David versus Goliath because a lot of people have noted maybe the impact and the numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's quite a disparity.
Here we go again.
No. Before, though, there was a disparity in the numbers and the Drake fan base. The Drake fan base was evidently bigger than the Kendrick Lamar fan base.
The only disparity that I'll hear was the disparity that MTK brought up. And they were saying that, Not Like Us is the first record that we've got in the club from Kendrick. Ladies haven't been able to, you know, twerk to Kendrick records. And when MTK said that in a podcast previous, I was sat there, I was like, okay. And then I went home and I was like, this the finale? My pep talk to a new pep rally? What are you talking about? Kendrick's got club records.
But that weren't his song though. That was
he had the best verse on the song. And who else was on the song? Drake. Yes.
I'm not gonna. I don't think Kendrick had the best
point is not that is not my point.
I don't think he did.
My point is that anybody that was in, or anybody that actually is into rap and not hype and not turn up, yeah, would never say that Drake was a better rapper than Kendrick. They would say...
We're not talking about better. We're talking about bigger.
You were talking
numbers
about
and fan base, regardless of whether you want to debate about the numbers. So I think we evidently could say that Drake had a bigger fan base than Kendrick.
Yes, we can say that. We can say that. But what I'm saying is...
That's where we would say David versus Goliath.
Okay.
David being the minor, Goliath being the juggernaut, just in case you don't know about that analogy.
I'm listening to you, bro. Okay, so let's get down to it. When Drake took on Pusha T, was that David versus Goliath?
Yeah.
How was that David versus Goliath?
Because
Pusha T's an elite rapper, bro.
Yeah, but when you're talking fan bases, and when you're talking ability as well, like I feel there was maybe it's debatable.
Obviously, Drake's got more in his locker than Pusha T has. Drake attempts to sing because I think Drake's pen is insane. I know there's a lot of things that's talking about his collaborating.
There's a lot of debate.
I think Drake's pen is insane, and Drake's melodies, I don't think he's the best singer, but his pen is much better than Pusha T's, I think. But in terms of rapping, Pusha T can actually rap. So this is what I'm saying. We're getting into this whole matrix thing that I rebuke. And at the end,
are you going to tell me that Pusha T versus Drake was not David versus Goliath?
I don't think it was. I don't think because to me, Goliath is a juggernaut and David is a street rat that has no right fighting Goliath. Pusha T had a right to go up against Drake. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Goliath is a juggernaut and David is an underdog.
He's not an underdog.
Because he's an underdog.
He's a skinny rat, bro. David is a skinny rat. He's a skinny rat. He's got no muscles. He's got no muscles. He can't throw punches against Goliath.
And just in case people don't know about this analogy, a lot of the times David
we're getting lost up in semantics.
Goliath.
We're getting caught up in semantics. Drake is a bigger artist than Pusha T, yes, right? Or Pusha T can rap. Now, the point what I was trying to make is that if we're going to get into numbers and the matrix that I take no part in, then it's David versus Goliath. Yes, Drake is the biggest artist, but when it comes down to the music and what comes through the speakers, Kendrick Lamar is elite, bro. It's not David versus Goliath, and that's all I wanted to say on that.